Welcome. We're here now with Dr. Brenda Pittman. Dr. Pittman is a successful evangelist and someone who has been very encouraging in our community for individuals who are really working hard to try to reestablish themselves in our communities and have had difficult times in their lifestyles and overcoming obstacles, and which is very relevant and important, especially when you have people who are sincere. But I don't think your sincerity is what's really important about your accomplishment. I think it's more of your courage.
Wow.
You know, because like you would have to really have a sense of really being confident that what you're doing is helping people. And in many instances, you know, you do have haters and you have people that are slick, that are trying to get over. But your presence of God in your life, I would only honestly believe, is what keeps you focused.
Yes.
You have been continuing to deliver your message in regard to your prayer ministry, identifying with prison mothers,
Yes.
and really focusing on how we can help develop a sense of comfort for individuals who need to trust someone.
Yes.
Thank you very much for giving me another opportunity to speak with you. Your opportunity of developing an established footprint in the community is beginning to develop well.
Yes.
Why don't you share with us some of the programs that you're now manifesting?
Well, first, you didn't know that I'm a pastor now. I
Oh,
am
great, yes.
Pastor Brenda Pittman, and my church is First Love National Fellowship.
Okay.
And we're all at one location. We have my organization is the first time I got an opportunity to come and share, and I thank you for allowing me the privilege of being able to share with the community what we're doing, just to be able to let them know that there's someone out there that can provide their comfort that they need when they have a loved one in prison. We are Prison Mothers Prayer Ministry Incorporated. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our goal is to be able to provide a local support group in every county in New Jersey, every state in the United States, and in 50 countries. And we're doing that in a great way, in that we have a location in Garfield, New Jersey at the Friendship Baptist Church there. We have a location in East Orange at Giggles Daycare. We have a site that meets at Christian Love Baptist Church in Irvington, and we also meet at my location in Newark at 545 South Orange Avenue. We're going to be opening up in September at the House of Hope on Chadwick Avenue in Newark, and we're in talks with Pastor Clayton at St. Luke's Baptist Church to open up a facility in Patterson. We have also expanded to Africa.
Wow.
We have a location in Uganda, Africa. There's a Pastor Cheney there who facilitates, and he's the one who's expanding us in Africa to the point where we're now in Kenya under Apostle Wasa there. And we are moving forward to be able to provide the local support group that families need. They need someone to talk to when a family goes through this type of trial. Many times the mother, grandmother would feel that they are the ones to blame, or they feel humiliation, guilt, shame, and embarrassment, but they need someone to communicate with that understands what they're going through, and our support groups provide that.
Your background is also encouraging, because it's not just people coming to talk to you about their problems, but someone who has the skills to know how to relate to them. Now, based upon the opportunities that you have been able to manifest in getting a number of different organizations to collaborate with you, how are you building the kind of outreach that individuals have been able to come to and find support there?
In terms of building the outreach, usually it's individuals who see what we're doing and they want us to be able to have a support group in their location, and we welcome anyone who desires to have a support group for their church, for their community, and we would come set it up with them. I go to the meetings, show them how to run it. I don't want to be there at every meeting all the time, but I'm there for the first 3 to 6 months to get the meeting running. And I try to attend all of them. But sometimes if I'm opening up one place or if I have commitment somewhere else, I can't always attend. So we get the facilitators who run those different sites to be responsible enough to minister to the needs of the individuals who come to their local meetings. We are doing a number of things in terms of collaborating because people see the need. There are members in their congregations or in their community who have loved ones who are in prison, and it's a rough experience for those family members, for the siblings who are connected to the brother or their sister in prison. I get an opportunity to go to do anger management services at Delaney Hall in Newark, and I go to Logan Hall to provide anger management services. That's another component of our organization. It's my business that I have, but I do these free services to go there. I go to the Juvenile Detention Center. I go inside of the high school. I went to Shabazz, and we plan on going back once the school starts back again to provide services for at-risk youth who are dealing with anger issues. And I love going to the youth to deal with them because some of them find themselves, they're cutting themselves, turning the anger inward and harming themselves, or just making outbursts, harming and attacking teachers, or using verbal abuse to get their point across, all because they're not dealing with stress properly. And I teach individuals how to communicate effectively, how to use assertive communication skills instead of aggressive communication skills. When individuals have interpersonal aggression as their primary way of communicating, and that's so prevalent in our young people today, they use their fists to talk. They don't want to reason. They don't want to come to a place where they can resolve the issue, but they want to use their fists to say what they have to say. Or they may bottle everything down inside of them, and then eventually it's going to explode. So we want to be able to get to those young people and adults, because I get a number of individuals come by court order to our facility to provide anger management services for them. So we're branching out to different probation departments and different judges who refer people from different counties in New Jersey to come to our facility for anger management. And I give them an assessment which allows me to target where their areas are. I'm not going to spend time focusing on what is not their problem. My goal is to expose the root of what their problem is, and they have two options. That's either to dig up the roots, or they can kick the dirt back over the roots, and of course the problem will go deeper, or the bitterness will continue to be there, and they wind up perpetuating a problem that brought them to our facility in the first place.
Those standards are very adequate, especially in this day and age when we have economic disparity, which is something that's prevalent in everyone's lifestyle, not just the individual who is trying to overcome the obstacle of incarceration. And it doesn't limit an individual who has overcome incarceration to be part of this program. Now, the anger management type of a program or service that you offer is kind of like your hallmark. Are there other services as well?
Well, at our facility, we're able to offer the New Jersey Shares program there. We offer help with individuals who need get their water bill paid. Right now there's no money in New Jersey Shares account, but we refer people to True Grant, because in order for them to get New Jersey Shares, they have to be either apply to True Grant first or get a denial letter that will allow them to get New Jersey Shares if they don't qualify for La Casa, LAHEAP, or USF fund. So these are services that we're providing there. I do a bit of counseling to married individuals who are having trouble with their marriage, and I'm getting an opportunity to help them to be the voice, or just to make sure that each of them get an opportunity to know that the other person is hearing. So I show them how to develop listening skills, to be able to have to know that the covenant that they've made in their marriage is more important than any one individual. So when they get to the place and they know they want to keep their marriage, they're coming for the purpose of being able to have someone mediate their discussions, have someone serve as a go-between for what it is they need to say, convey, get over past hurts and feelings and move forward so they can have harmonious relationships.
You know, thinking about the idea of, in effect, you know, you're providing pastoral services.
Absolutely.
In relationship to understanding how an individual can really overcome a number of different issues in their lifestyles when it comes to sociological and in regard to the necessity that you would have to know where you can get the resources in order to overcome the impact that really becomes prevalent in our lifestyles, and especially when you have no one to reach out to or someone who listens to you that knows how to understand, not analyze or try to tell you what you're doing wrong, but to show you that, you know, the difficult things that you're going through are part of our lifestyles. And many people become so self-contained, and I've been hearing about a number of individuals who have taken, you know, their life and really had no one to make it clear to them just effectively what our role is in life should be. And I think that that's what's important about you and I. You know, we've been able to bridge our understanding that, you know, we're dealing with this from the perspective of what God has given us as an inspiration to share with others. You're sharing with others also an opportunity to put something in print media. I understand you have a new magazine that you're. Why don't you share with us some of the information about that?
Well, our magazine is a play on our letters. We are Prison Mothers Prayer Ministry, and that's PMPM. And our magazine is called Night Night News. And it is a magazine that is designed to uplift, to encourage, and to improve the lives of those who are affected by incarceration. Yes, it is. This is just in form of the newsletter, but we're going to turn it into a 48-page magazine.
That's awesome.
And what it does is give voice to different individuals.
So you're saying when people are writing to you, you're going to publish them?
Well, no one is writing to us. What it is I do is I go out I conduct interviews with judges. I just recently did an interview with Judge Zampino. This week I've done an interview with a number of people. I'm just not ready to call out their names or just fluent on my mind right now, but from Prodigal Sons and Daughters, from In My Sister's House, Barbara Anderson, I believe. But I've had the opportunity to be able to interview them because in our magazine we'll have house on display that's letting people know there's a transitional house in their community that's working, what the transitional house is able to do. So every edition will have house on display. We want to be able to talk about the different types of programs that work. There are a lot of reentry programs, but which ones of them are actually effective? We're going to be holding interviews with Sandra Brito, who does the patch programs, that's parents and their children. Also with Miss Jenny Brown, who conducts the offender aid and restoration. So there are a number of individuals I get a chance to conduct interviews with, to bring a voice, and we want to give perspectives from those who are in prison so that they can allow other individuals who are in prison and who are out of prison who are making wrong decisions know that this is not a place to be to enjoy your life. You know, this is nothing that you really want to desire.
In an institution to make your life better.
It's not a country club. And we want to deter behaviors. I believe that if we get an opportunity to go into the schools to allow young people to know that when they get to the place where they're making bad decisions, all of those children or young people that they're making these decisions with, they're not going to come there to visit them in prison. They're not going to send them money while they're incarcerated. It's your family that's going to stick by you. And if we show them that their family's concern and instruction to them is the most important instruction that they'll ever receive, those are the ones that'll stick by them were they to ever get into trouble.
Now, would you be allowing family members who do have individuals that may be in detention to share their feelings with you in your magazine?
Absolutely. We're not just a magazine, but we're a voice. And what we want to do is give voices to those who are in prison, those who are no longer in prison, who are living successful lives outside of incarceration, individuals who may not be finding it so easy to live once they've come out. Because we know that the individuals who come out of imprisonment, they don't always find it very easy to get a job. It's very difficult sometimes, and re-educating themselves may be necessary to get to a higher place in life. We want to give voices to victims because we want them to know, even though we're standing by our children, we don't want to brush under the rug those things that have happened to them, because any of us can be a victim. And many times we all are a victim of some type of crime, be it in our community. We want to be able to even have voices from individuals in our community. So it's going to allow us to see and allow one another to see how crime directly or indirectly affects all of us.
Wow, I'm very encouraged to see that you're continuing to stay on the front, line in regard to establishing the fact that our problems in our communities are not just individuals who want to go around and break the law. Many of them don't even know what the law is.
That's true.
Let alone whether or not they're breaking it. But it's become a conditioning that they think that this is the normal way that they should grow up in society. And what you're doing is really creating a whole new idea of what we need to begin to do to encourage families that have a disparity in their lifestyles and have individuals that are trying to overcome these particular situations, that you can be able to reach out and speak with Dr. Pittman in regard to seeing if there's something that can be encouraging that she can help you with, and also that you can offer to build a strong foundation of encouragement for others. Dr. Pittman, very happy that we continue to keep our relationship together, and certainly I want to do whatever I can to continue to make sure that people understand of what it is that you're trying to do and effectively what you are doing.
Yes.
And so we want to look forward to making sure that people have a way of contacting you. Are the numbers something that you can offer and share with people?
Yes. Our center is located at 545 South Orange Avenue, and that's in Newark, between 20th Street and Grove. We also have a website now that you can go to and view, www.pm.webs.com, and you can also go there and make a donation. We are a nonprofit organization. We don't receive any funding, but it costs money to be able to run the facility, to be able to meet the needs of the people that we serve. And there's a cost attached to it. We don't want to fall as a result of not being able to have the finances necessary just to meet the needs of printing material or being able to have the facility there for us to meet on a regular basis. We provide employment to mature workers from the Urban League, which is a wonderful thing. We desire to be able to help individuals who are coming out of incarceration to get jobs by providing a van service where they may be able to drive. So we're looking for donation of vehicles. We're looking for financial donations. You can make it through our PayPal website, PayPal button on our website. If you go there to visit, you can give us a call at 973-732-4888, and just call. Even my cell number is 973-991-4905. I get a number of calls from individuals who just need to get out of the moment of sadness that they're experiencing because they have loved ones incarcerated. So there are people who've never come to our meetings, but I get a chance to talk to on the telephone to help them to deal with the situations that they're facing. And I welcome anyone to call. I keep my Bluetooth on all the time because I don't ever want to miss that call for someone coming through. And many times women are calling, mothers are calling, crying because it's just overwhelming. They feel as though, what's happening to my child, and sleepless nights and going and even blaming themselves. And I just want you to know it's not your fault. You've done the things that you needed to do to raise your children, and sometimes they just make rough decisions that they will ultimately have to pay the price for. And I know that the family is affected by it, so we just keep loving them and encouraging them and being there for them as much as possible. I'm happy my son has come out of prison, and I'm thankful to be able to have him home, and it's a big deal, but it's not easy all the time. You know, I'm hoping that he's making decisions that's going to keep him on the path that is good for him. He's working right now. He's able to take care of his daughter, and he's not perfect, but he is making efforts to do what's right. And I look forward to talking to anyone who has a need for this ministry. We want to expand. I want someone who lives in New Jersey to be able to go to Florida and find a Prison Mothers Prayer Ministry support group if they need it. So we're even expanding in talks from Maryland to Florida, North Carolina, and also in Philadelphia. So those are kind of slow in coming, but they will come to pass.
Well, it's really important that people understand that we're doing what we can to provide consistent outreach, and certainly we're going to be working together, and we appreciate coming by and sharing with us again an opportunity to hear about how you're growing and effectively how you have been able to see results even in your own personal lifestyle. It's really important that we continue to give these types of encouragements and testimonies, and we'll do whatever we can to continue to support it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.